Sorry for the weird setup. I don't want to get up and turn my lights on, so if you hear the cars passing outside, it's just because my phone is right by the window and I just don't want to get out of bed right now. So yeah, excuse this. Anyway, so for today's video, I don't know if I'm gonna have this out before my quarantine TBR or after, but I think I briefly mentioned in my quarantine TBR I wanted to do a read-a-thon, 24-hour read-a-thon. So I've decided I'm gonna do that with A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I've heard such amazing reviews about this book and I am so excited to finally read it. I got this book a week ago and I just didn't start it because I was reading another book. I was reading Alice Isn't Dead, which I just finished like a few minutes ago. So yeah, I'm going to do a read-a-thon for this book. It is 800 pages long and the audiobook is 33 hours long. And I always listen to my audiobooks on ×2 because I listen and read at the same time. So I have it on ×2, if not faster. So it'll be around 16-17 hours. So yeah, I don't know much about this book. I don't want to give a synopsis because I really don't know that much. I just know that the story follows 4 college students and basically talks about their lives and their friendships and their relationships. I know that this book does not focus a lot on plot, but more on like the characters and their developments and everything, which I'm really excited about. So I am going to start my read-a-thon. It is 5:30 right now. I'm going to start my read-a-thon at around 10-ish tonight. Read as much as I can, at least get to halfway through the book, which is page 400, but if that doesn't happen, it's okay. And then go to sleep for a little bit and then wake up and finish the rest of the book. So I actually did try to do a read-a-thon with Stephen King's It. I briefly talked about the book in my quarantine TBR, so if you want to hear my reviews on it, because yeah, that book. Anyway, so yeah, I tried to do 24-hour challenge with that. I got to about page 300 or 400 something. I managed to go from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. and then I just gave up, went to sleep, and I read a couple pages throughout the day, but I couldn't do it. It was too long and like really bored me. So I'm really hoping that this does not do that. I'm so excited for this. Also, I'm just gonna briefly mention I got the inspiration to do this read by Zoe. She is amazing and so funny, and I watch her reviews all the time because they're really good reviews, and I love watching her read-a-thons. I don't know how she does it. She did one read-a-thon where she read 9 books in a day, and she managed to read It by Stephen King in a day. So I don't know how she did that, but good for you, man. So yeah, this is where I got the inspiration for that. So alrighty, I will see you all later. I'm gonna go take a nap now before dinner. Hey y'all, so I've got about 2 hours to go before I start my read-a-thon. I just went out in the pouring rain again because it has not stopped raining today to Stater Brothers. I bought 1 energy drink, 1 coffee drink, some Cliff Bars, brain food, and yeah, so my legs are really cold because I didn't bring an umbrella with me to my car, and I had to walk from my car into my house. It was pouring and the wind was just blowing, and yeah, so I'm going to, oh my god, my bangs are really not cooperating with me today. So I'm going to go and put on pajamas, even though it's only 7 p.m. Just because I just don't want to be in these really cold pants. Like, my legs are shivering. That didn't make anything better. Okay, hi. I know, oh wow, this is what I looked like when I didn't have bangs. Sad. Okay, I pinned my bangs back because they were bugging the crap out of me. They were not looking cute and they were just a mess. And I'm gonna get into some intense reading, so I just wanted it out of my face. I have a little reading nook. So I just put these 2 pillows against my like wall over here in the corner, and then over here are my two little stuffed toys, and she's holding my applesauce snacks. Got my little chocolate chip, got my earphones because my AirPods are charging, got some water, and this is a energy drink. The can is over there. I just put it in here. And then, of course, the most important part is our book. So it is 7:45 right now, if I am not mistaken. So I'm just gonna update you briefly on my plan. So I'm going to start reading at 8 p.m. and I normally read about 50 pages in an hour. So I'm hoping I have the same reading pace with this book. If not, it's okay, but normally it's 40 to 50 pages in an hour. So I'm hoping by 4 a.m. I'll be at my goal of 400 pages, and I'll get some sleep. I'll get about 5.5 hours. I don't know why I like pull my like whole eye up. And then I will wake up at 9:30, and then I will do my morning routine from 9 to 9:30, eat some breakfast, get ready, and then do my workout from 9:30 to 10 or 10:30, depending on what I do. If I go on a run, if I don't, depends if it's raining or not. If I don't, I'll just do more stuff at home, and then I will continue reading again at 11, so I'll give myself some time from 10:30 to 11 to get ready, get dressed, take a shower if I need to, and then from 11 all the way to 8, I will finish A Little Life, hopefully by Hanya Yanagihara. I have a good feeling about this. I'm feeling a lot more energized, and I'm actually genuinely really excited to read this. I am hoping that I will stay up till 4 a.m. I bought this energy drink, and then I bought a coffee. It's a Starbucks double shot like drink coffee, and I'm really hoping. So here's the thing. The last time I tried to do this read-a-thon, I drank a lot of coffee in a short amount of time. I had like a big jug of coffee that I made, and then I had Coke, and then I had an energy drink, like a juice energy drink, and I drank all of that in a short amount of time. So my body just overdosed on caffeine, and I ended up barfing. So I'm trying to pace myself with the caffeine this time. I'm hoping that I won't reach for my next cup of coffee or caffeine until it gets later, like 2 a.m. type later. I also don't want to drink my coffee that I bought too late. That was our dog. Too late, because I don't want to not be able to sleep, because I still want to be able to rest and get some sleep. I don't want to be reading for 24 hours straight. I will lose my mind. So it is 7:48. I'm gonna go on social media really quickly, check some things, because I know I'm not really gonna be on it, and I will see you guys when I start my reading. Alrighty. Okay, it's 8 p.m. Time to begin my reading journey. Okay, hi, it is 9:30 right now, and I just reached part 2. So far I'm really enjoying it. It's a relatively easy read. I'm getting through it a lot quicker than I thought I would. So I'm at page 95 right now, which is pretty good. I am loving the story so far. So there are 4 main characters: Jude, Willem, Malcolm, and JB. Willem so far is my favorite. He is so compassionate and just has the biggest heart ever, and is just the sweetest. I also love Malcolm. His personality is just very interesting to read about. JB is so funny, love him as well. And Jude is very mysterious. I know we find more about Jude later on in, like, as the book sort of goes on. I remember, hearing about that, so I'm excited to find out more about Jude's life, because I don't know much yet about his life. So to reach my goal of 400 pages, that will put me at part 4, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, I'm very excited to keep reading. Really love this book so far. I don't want to put it down. It's just, the characters are so interesting, and it's just so interesting to read about their lives and everything, and I'm truly loving this book. And I got into it really quickly. I thought it would take me a while to get into the book, because most books take me a while to get into, but this book I got into really quickly, so yeah, I'm really happy about that. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick, and then I'm gonna continue reading, and I will see you guys when I reach my next part, I guess. I think this part's gonna be a little bit longer than the first part. Yeah. Alrighty, I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, I've made a little progress on my book, page 183, but I just made some popcorn, so okay, yeah. I'm determined to finish this. It is so good. So yeah, I'm gonna continue reading. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna eat my popcorn now too. Okay, so I just reached part 3, the first chapter. I am at page 243. It is 12:20 right now. I brought up my other coffee, but I should probably not talk so loud. I brought up my other coffee, but I'm still not feeling too tired or that I really need it. And I think I'm going to reach my goal a lot sooner than I think. Yeah. Okay, thoughts on the book so far. Jude's character really hit me. Everything that he went through, how he came out of it at the end, what he's going through now, all the good things that he's receiving, because he deserves all those good things, and learning about all his hardships and why he is the way he is. He's a very strong character, and I really like that. And the relationships that he has are very strong. I can see now why he is friends with people and why these people are in his lives and how they help him throughout his life. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I understand what people said about plot-wise. So yeah, there is a plot, but the plot is mainly there just to show character development, to show the way characters react, to show how they change, to show their past, their present, their future, but it's not the main focus of the story. The main focus of the story is really just their lives in general and the way they develop. So yeah, no, Jude's character development is looking really good right now, and yeah, I teared up a little bit, page 200 something. Haven't shed any tears yet, but we've been tearing up quite a bit. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna continue on. My thoughts are a little bit disoriented right now because it is late and my brain never fully functions at these hours. So I will definitely give a better review tomorrow when I can gather all my thoughts. But no, so far I am loving this book. It's been really easy to get through. And yeah, I'm already past halfway to my halfway. And yeah, well, I'm just gonna keep reading and I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, I'm at page 396. It's 3 something in the morning. I want to read up to page 400. I can do it. It's gonna take me like 3 minutes. But I am so emotionally drained, especially from finishing that last chapter. Also, I'm really sorry about the lighting. I decided to finally turn my lamp on. But yeah, I'm so emotionally just drained from that last chapter. It took so much out of me just reading it. God, I love Jude so much. He's a fucking beautiful character and only deserves the best, and he's just constantly getting treated like shit, and so much crappy stuff is just happening to him. So having to read that chapter and seeing what he was treated like by someone that should love him, it was just fucking horrible. And then now this chapter, it still started off like miserable and sad, and I'm so fucking sad right now. So I can't. I'm gonna go to sleep because I can't. I was already like briefly glancing through the next like few pages to get to my goal, and I don't even know if like I could do that. I'm so like emotional and just angry and sad, and I just want to jump into the book and fucking punch some people and hug some people and just but so I'm kinda technically halfway through. I have I don't even know how long I have left on the audiobook. Okay, good night. I will see you all when I wake up. Good morning. Oh man, okay, it is 10:45 right now. I did my workout. I did about 45 minutes. So I'm just gonna change and then continue reading. We have still quite a while to go. I'm really tired. I need to fix my hair, but I'll do it later. Okay, I'm drinking the Starbucks coffee that I got from the supermarket. Kind of tastes like cardboard. Hi, okay, so I just reached part 5, the happy years, and I'm feeling it's not gonna be too happy. I fixed my hair. I also cut my bangs because they were really long. I had straightened them and they were covering my eyes. So yeah, I just fixed those. Right now, I am gonna go to my little reading spot. It's just this little lookout point, and I just sit in my car, roll down the windows, and read. So I'm at page 483 right now. So we're getting there. We're making progress. I have roughly 7 more hours in my audiobook. It's 14 hours, but play at double speed, so yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna listen to my audiobook in the car, then drive and just listen to my audiobook and read at my little reading spot for an hour and then come back here. I like to do this just so like I can get out, do whatever, just have a moment. My bangs are uneven, but I don't really give a crap. Let me show you my outfit for today. Okay, so this is my outfit. I'm just wearing this white t-shirt with a little A on it, for my name. Just some black leggings and some Air Forces. That's it. I'm gonna grab a jacket and then I'm gonna get going. I will see you all later when I have an update for you. I'm quite nervous for this part. The last chapter was intense, to say the least. Alrighty, I'll see you guys in a bit. Hi, I'm driving right now. I made it to the second chapter of in the 5th part of the happy years. Yeah, I'm gonna drive and get some food right now. Hopefully that'll wake me up. I don't fucking know, man. I'm so tired. I'm so fucking sleepy, and this chapter is so long. It is a solid 100 pages, which I'm not ready for because I feel like it's gonna be very eventful because it's so long. I just want to go to sleep. But yeah, I was listening to the audiobook while I was driving to where I was going, and then obviously while I was reading. But right now I switched to my music because I am falling asleep, so I'm trying to wake myself up. And I'm also very ahead of schedule, so I'm not too worried about it. I've got like 6 hours left, or 5 to 6 hours left on my audiobook, and I have 7 hours to go before I reach 24 hours. So yeah. Alrighty, I'm gonna go get food and I'll see you guys then. Okay, I got my taco. I am, oh my gosh, people, fuck. Okay, I'm driving home now, and I'm probably just gonna finish my reading there. I'm gonna put my phone away. Okay, well, I'm at page 645 right now, which means I have 100 something pages to go. I don't know if I can do this, man. I'm really starting to hurt. So I'm gonna start with Malcolm. He seems to be a strong supporting character, especially for JB. He seems to be in Jude and Willem's life, but he isn't like that big in their lives, at least now. I feel like before he was a big part, especially in their college days. It's talked about the four of them and how strong they were, and as they grow older, they've all sort of changed and like split off, and I see like a stronger relationship with JB and Malcolm than I do with Malcolm and Jude or Malcolm and Willem. JB is an interesting character. I'm not the biggest fan of him. I think he is quite toxic. Willem, I love him. He is so compassionate and kind, and he has the biggest heart and the biggest love for his best friend Jude, and just he's such an amazing character. I feel like he really balances out JB and Malcolm. So JB is he's like, if any of you have watched it or seen or read it, he's like Richie. Malcolm is very quiet, I would say, and he tends to side with Jude more, like I said, but he's very quiet, very reserved. But Willem he has a voice, but he's so kind, and he looks out for Jude and just cares so much about him. Like, that's what Jude needs, is people in his life like Willem. And then there's Jude. Oh, my Jude. My poor baby. He is so fucking strong for everything, considering everything that he's gone through. He's so strong. His character development too. The way he is able to open up about his trauma in his life, the way he deals with it as well, is a big thing. And seeing how he handles it, how he changes, how he develops throughout the years, his disabilities, and reading all about that. It's just, he has all this shit going on in his life, and he's still surviving, and that's just fucking, God, he's such a strong character. He is definitely the quietest among the four. He is very private as well, like I said. Oh, when I started crying, by the way, that was page 636, the end of chapter 2 in the Happy Years. I am now in chapter 3. Oh, okay. God. I am gonna do this. I'm so scared. I don't know if Jude can go through any more pain and suffering. God. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, I better get started. This is another long chapter. 70 pages, 75, something like that. But after this chapter, I have 100 pages left, which I should be able to read in 2 hours. So I'm gonna focus. I'm focused. Okay. I'm gonna control my tears as well. Alrighty, I'll see you guys in a bit. I finished The Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I am very emotional. So I'm gonna go eat dinner and then I'll come back up and give my review on this and talk about it and just, because I'm about to cry again, so I'm just gonna go and eat first. I give this 5 out of 5 stars though. Okay, hi. So I just ate dinner. Let me take this off, I'm not that cold. Okay, let me give you my review on A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. This is probably one of my favorite books ever. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. You can check my Goodreads review. It's really not that wordy though. I just said that this book was amazing and the writing was beautiful, but that was about it. I was still emotional while I wrote it. Okay, so I don't know where to start. Okay, first of all, writing style. It was beautiful. It sucked me in so quickly. This was a book that I couldn't put down. Even if I wasn't doing this 24-hour challenge, I feel like I would have read it in a short span of time because I couldn't put it down. I kept wanting to know what was going to happen next, And I'm normally not like that with books that aren't thrillers or mysteries or horror books. But this was one of the books that I just couldn't put it down. And even when I had it down, all that I kept thinking of was that I wanted to get back and read this book. And even now that it's finished, I still want to keep reading it, but there's nothing more to read. So I love the writing style. The way Hanya Yanagihara talks about the characters just sucks you in so completely. I fell in love with every single one of these characters. Okay, there were a few, obviously, that I was like, I can't like them. And even Jaebu, who isn't my favorite character, I still fell in love with him. And I'm like, he is still an amazing character, even though he has a lot of traits that I don't like about him. So yeah, I have not read many books that do that for me. There have been books that I love the plot, I love everything, but I never got attached to the characters, I never enjoyed their development, I never understood the characters in a sense. But this book, I felt like these characters I knew in real life. There was so much detail given about them, even when there wasn't any detail given about them. It was just amazing. Okay, next, plot. So, I read a lot of reviews, and this book really doesn't focus a lot on plot. The plot is there more to show how the characters are, and not really as a storyline. There really is no major storyline. Everything kind of like, the way it's written, there are flashbacks and then back to the present and more flashbacks. Like, it's not a chronological timeline. It's very back and forth. And I personally love stories like that, where it sort of goes back and forth, because I love chronological stories because they're easy to read and they're easy to follow through. But stories that have this sort of back and forth pattern, I love, because you're sort of finding things out at the pace of the characters are finding them out as well. A lot of the reasons there would be flashbacks here is because we'd be finding new information that a character was telling another character, if that makes sense. And I personally love that. Sometimes I hate when I know something before a character knows something, because now I'm just sitting here with this information. This character doesn't know this information, and like, I want to tell this character this information, but obviously I can't do that because the character's not real. Or I can't talk to this character. So yeah, I love that. The settings were never really described in depth. You were kind of just told, like, here's where we are, here's where we live, and here's whatever, but setting was not a main focus as well, which I also didn't mind. Certain settings that had importance to a character were described and were talked about, but most settings were just like, this is where we are, but it wasn't really focused on. So I know I talked about the characters a while ago. I'll just give my final thoughts on them. Jude is still my favorite character. Just reading about all the trauma he went through and just everything. I don't know why I'm still holding that book up. All the trauma that Jude went through and everything was just, it was painful to read about, but empowering to see how he grew from it. He is my favorite character ever. This amount of strength he must have had to find within to just wake up every day after going through what he went through is just remarkable. Willem, my second favorite character, like I said, through the end was so kind, compassionate, open-hearted, open-minded, just a wonderful human being, and I want a Willem in my life. Like, where's my Willem? Because he was just amazing. So humble as well. So humble. So, yeah, an amazing character. Malcolm, I wish we learned more about Malcolm. Like I said, it is a long book, and I feel like Malcolm's story was only briefly talked about, but at the same time I understand because Jude is really our main focus, and I know Willem was talked about a lot because of his relationship to Jude, so I can understand that Malcolm was not really talked about as much as I wished, but I just wish I learned more about him because he seems like a really cool dude. He's super chill and super quiet. Yeah, he seems the most down to earth among all four of them. And then there's JB, who at the end, there were like times in the middle where I'm like, man, I hate this guy, he's so toxic, or not like I hate him, I just like, he's not my favorite, he's so toxic, I don't know how they're still friends with him, he's so toxic, blah blah blah. But at the end, I just found immense love for him because it's not that he's toxic, this is just how he is as a person, but he loves his friends no matter what. And sometimes it takes him a while to grasp certain ideas and events, but that's just the way he is. That's his personality, and he is just, yeah, I don't know, his character development at the end. The fact that I went like a full 180 from like, I don't know if I like him, to I actually really like him. He is just, that's just how he is as a person, and it took me a while to get used to that. So, do I recommend this book? 100%. I'm going to tell all my friends that read, which is like one person, and my English teacher, to read this book because it is so good. It is my favorite book now. Also, it's pretty queer, so it's pretty gay. If, yeah, you're looking for some gay vibes. It's pretty funny because before this I had read Alice Isn't Dead, which was also really gay. I was like, that's so funny. Normally I save like all my LGBT books for June, but I guess I read 2 gay books back to back. I didn't even know this was gay, but it is. So if you're looking for some good gay vibes, here you go. Yeah, this is gonna sit beside my favorite books, which include Call Me By Your Name and Find Me. So if you can get my taste in books, my genre, my preferences, just from my 3 favorite books, Call Me By Your Name, Find Me, and now A Little Life. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna end the video here. I am so sleepy. I'm going to take a little nap before I start my next book. But thank you all for tuning in. I am shocked that I managed to finish this 24-hour reading challenge. Normally I give up a few hours in, but no, I did it this time. I'm pretty happy. This was a lot of fun. Let me know if I should do another type of these videos, because if I find a good book, I feel like I can do this 24-hour reading challenge again. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next video.